Fogel here on A Healthy Balance, and today I just wanted to talk about being your authentic self. And what does it really mean to be your authentic self? Most of our opinions, most of our belief system comes from the programming from the grown-ups around us that raised us. And then as you get older, maybe you start questioning, who am I? I think that we place a lot of importance on how we think we should be seen by people around us. We don't speak the way we want to speak, kind of become a version of ourselves that we think we should be in the light of others. It's considered normal to not really be your genuine self when you're at work, but put on your work mask. And maybe even in relationships, put on your friend mask, put on your husband mask, put on your wife mask. And maybe no one around you, including yourself, is ever really seeing your true, authentic self. Part of being your authentic self is not always people-pleasing, because let's be honest, I think a lot of people, they try really hard to please their bosses, please their family, but in the process of pleasing everyone around you, you don't feel happy. And for me, meditating was really what got me to discover who my true self is, because when you meditate, you sit quietly with your thoughts, and you would just be amazed how many thoughts go through your head when you first start meditating. A lot of those thoughts were not really who I am. They were just programming. So, sometimes you have a thought and you're like, why did I just think that? I don't believe that thought. Why would I think that way? Well, that could be something that you saw in the media or in a movie. It could be something your parents said 20 years ago and you didn't realize that it programmed into your brain. A lot of your thinking and what you think to be true or not true comes from all that programming. And like I said, to really get to know your authentic self, you sit down quietly and you become introspective. And I think it's really important to question our belief systems in life. And does your belief system serve you? Then you should follow it. And does your belief system cause a great deal of suffering? Then you should really question why you believe what you believe. We're heading into this future with all this amazing technology, but children are harboring their true talents right now. Some kids are good with language. Some kids are good with art. Some kids want to create. It's important that we allow our children's generation, and I think about this a lot because I have children, that we allow our children to be their authentic selves, instead of putting them all in the same category and expecting them all to learn the same way. Some kids are athletes, so they should get to choose more subjects, more courses where they can be athletes and shine through as an athlete. And some kids are scientists, and they should be able to choose courses where they learn about science more. And it should be a choice, and it shouldn't be something that you have to wait until you get to university. Instead of forcing all of them to follow a certain construct, which I think is dysfunctional, because then you have kids that do really well and kids that are learning disabled because they just don't fit into the regular system, which was me. And when you're a teenager, maybe you're a boy and you like dancing, but maybe you don't want to tell anyone that you love dancing because it wouldn't be cool to like dancing. And so you might even make fun of dancers because you don't want people to know your true self. But your authentic self is someone who likes dancing. And maybe you could grow up to be this world famous dancer, but it never happens because you're too concerned with how people see you. And so what I'm saying is, don't let how other people feel prevent you from being or doing what matters to you. When you're your authentic self, people around you will like that energy that they get from you, and they will want to be around you more because you are being your true self. When you're around somebody who's being really fake, it doesn't feel good to be around that person. And it might even bring out the fake part of you when you're around that person. And then it's two fake people interacting with each other. So be your true self. And if you don't know what that is, go on a crazy adventure of your soul, your spirit, your mind, and discover what that is. And don't let anyone tell you who you should be, because only you know the answer to that. You make a list on a piece of paper, all of the things that you think are who you are, and then decide from that list what serves you and what doesn't. And the things that don't serve you, change them by coming up with a new system of belief for yourself, or a new personality trait that you think would serve you better. So if you're a lazy person, then every day say to yourself, I am a high energy person who gets things done. And that whole concept, 21 days to reprogram a habit, well, it's true. You can also reprogram your belief system. I mean, it's all about the subconscious programming. So if there's something you don't like about yourself, through repetition every day, say out loud and in your head the version of yourself that you do like, or that you do want to be, and that will become your true self. I genuinely hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. I'll see you tomorrow.